Welcome back, friends, to Peachmod Gaming, where you find and lose yourself in the game. Welcome back to the Veilguard, and if you are new to the channel or new to the video series, make sure you do the triple smash, which is smashing the like button, smashing the notifications so you know when I am going live, and most importantly, smashing the subscription so we can grow the channel together. So basically want to do a video tonight on the way I feel about Dragon Age at the moment. I've been a bit conflicted over the last couple days. I had uploaded a previous video which I took down because I really didn't feel the context was right. I want to just get it out there. I love the game. I'm not going to deny it. I actually really fell in love again last night with the game. I was doing a deep quest chain, and I was streaming on kick.com, and then I looked around in the game world and I was like, actually, this is really good. There's a few things we're going to discuss here. We're definitely going to timestamp everything below as well. And if you are new and want to have a talk about anything as well, please leave a comment. Drop a comment down below. I definitely respond to all comments. A lot of the videos are getting good traction with that. I like to talk to people and get to know people as well. Tell me how you feel about the game, how you feel about what I've been talking about with this video as well, or if there's anything else I can do in the video to make them better for you as well. So let's get started. So really, as I said last night, I was doing a bit of a quest chain, and I looked around and I was like, actually, this game's really good, but these things keep on plaguing me. So we're going to talk about a few things like the intro, we're going to talk about the character creation and the keep. So I'm going to put that all together. So when you start the game with the intro quest and going into your character creation, it feels very well paced. It's very nice. It's very safe. I will say that. It's a lot different to say like Origins, where it's straight in and it's quite brutal. So I think they've gone for a different aspect as well. What I really noticed that something was a big change for me was the keep and the character creation. So once you create your main character, and you can get some amazing looking rooks out there. So I'm not saying the actual character creator mechanic or component is wrong or bad in any way, because there are some stunning rooks out there. I think mine looks pretty good. I've seen better out there. Some people put a lot of work into them. I think it's more the once you've done the initial creation of your character and you move into what would be the keep, which would be the choices you would make for your Inquisitor. Now the keep, if you're not sure about what the keep is, it was a mechanic, and it still is mechanic in the previous 3 games, so in Origins, Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition, where you could take your world state save and then move it over to the next game. Now they've done this also in Mass Effect as well, and it was prominent with the Dragon Age series because you'd get like a tapestry mechanic, so you could see your choices of the keep that you were making, your character was organically making as you're playing the game, and then they would line up, and then you can put them over to your next playthrough on the next game, and then so forth and so forth. They sort of took that component completely away, or minimized it down to 3 to 4 choices, and to be honest, I think they sort of really lost a really big part of what would be your backstory of your character to really tie this character into the Dragon Age world itself. So again, it's one of those things that's a bit of a hit and miss in my opinion. They could have done a lot better, given us more choice, given us more freedom to really streamline our character, then streamline the Inquisitor going forward if they were going to do that, so then our character feels more lived and more impactful in the world itself. Next thing I want to talk about is, and I'm reading on a prompt over here, so sorry if you see me looking one way, is the writing and the lore. Now the writing for some of the quests is a bit, I want to say it's a bit safe. If you've played the previous games, you understand that some of the quest chains can be very, not confronting, not aggressive in a bad way, but very impactful and passionate, and again, it's like those world state choices that you're making through the quests. Now, I'm finding some of the quests to be a bit vanilla-ish, a bit some saying Disney. I don't say it's a Disney type thing. I think it's more they're going for a more safer route with the writing. They want to make sure that no one gets too upset with the way the quest chains are going. That's their prerogative. If they want to do that, that's fine. I just think they've missed out on a lot of key moments. And don't get me wrong, there's some great quests. Again, last night I did an amazing quest chain, but they sort of fall a bit flat. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it. Just feels like they feel a bit short. I would prefer them to be a lot more fleshed out. But I think this is the new way of gaming as well. And also with the lore as well, you do get notes and you do get scrolls in the world. I think they could have written a bit more, to be honest. I think they could have really made it more inviting, so you're really, if you're catching up with the game, you're learning about everything about Dragon Age. But again, they're probably with a time parameter, I'm not sure, I'm not BioWare, so end of the day they could have done that a bit better as well. The dialogue wheel, it's been a bit of a meme online at the moment, to be quite honest. And you know, look, it's got your positive, your negative, and there's also what would be an angry I'm trying to word this correctly, angry option, but really that angry option falls a bit flat. It doesn't really lean towards what you think your character would be saying as well. So you're sort of making these dialogue choices, and they just, again, they feel kind of like non-conflicting. They just feel very neutral, very non-emotional. I just can't get my head around it. I think they could have done a lot more with that dialogue wheel. Even in Mass Effect they had a lot more in the dialogue wheel, and I have mentioned this in other videos as well, where you could play full Renegade version if you wanted to. So I think again they've missed out on that. This is not a rant, this is just me pointing out some things that I've noticed in the game, and again, if there's something that I've missed or you want me to, you know, go back and say, well, that's what that's about, leave a comment below. That's what it's all about. Combat mechanics, don't get me wrong, the combat in this game is very good. I find the taking away of controlling your companions means that you have more tab targeting action combat for your main character, your main player character. I do kind of miss positioning my other characters though. You do have that wheel that comes up, so you do have the HUD, which you can use to do your detonations, but I think it could have been a wee bit more fleshed out, where we could have actually controlled where our character's placement were, sorry, our companion's placement was on the area that you're fighting in. So again, they could have done a wee bit more. I don't know why they've done it like that. I think they just want to make it more fast-paced combat, and again, the combat is beautiful. When you get those detonations off, it just looks phenomenal on screen, trust me, I love it. So let's talk about the art style. People have been saying it's got a very much a Disney look. The character models, they look a bit weird, they look a bit fake and pasty. Look, the character models are detailed, they're stunning, they really are, don't get me wrong. I mean, and the world itself, I think, I mean, look, you know, we're in Minrathis now, we're about to start this quest chain as I want to help Neve. The world itself is beautiful, but I think it's just a bit bright. That's what I think is the problem for a lot of people. When previous Dragon Ages, it was a bit more yellow, brown, tan washes, they had a bit of a wash through everything, a bit more darker, so it had a bit more of a gritty feel, where this just feels very, very nice and very clean. I get it why they've done it. I mean, look, the character models are stunning, the weapons are stunning, the animation effects are stunning, the world itself is absolutely incredible, the detail is absolutely amazing, but I could have done a bit of a wash. I think maybe it might get modded, I'm not sure, but at this stage, look, we've got this. It's a beautiful hand rendered art world, and it is a very good form of art as well, so there's no downfall on that. I just think they could have done it a bit better. Fanfare. Now, this is something I've been getting my head around the last couple of days. You've got Morrigan in here, you've got Solas, you've got a few other returning characters as well. These are the two major players from the previous games, and I found that they could have done more. Especially with Solas, you get the feeling that he's the main antagonist, which he actually is the main antagonist in the game. There's others, but he's pretty much part of it. And you get maybe 4 scenes with him. Now, those scenes are amazing. It does give you a bit of history about who he is as a character. And if you're very fortunate enough to do some of the side quests where we do delve into his backstory, they are incredible. Go out and find them, my friends. They are beautifully handwritten, crafted. Like, they're beautiful, like, but they're just short. I want more, you know. I want to know more about Solas. Why is he the Dreadwolf? What turned him? There was pinnacle points, but I want more, you know. Same with Morrigan. She is a phenomenal character in all of the other games, and she gets a very brief moment in here, like the Witch of the Wild. I mean, when I saw her, and I was streaming or I was playing on YouTube, and I had the reaction like many people, and then it just went flat. So I wanted to see her story come out more. she is a badass. I want to make sure that her character was portrayed and given the respect that it should have been given, and I think they could have done a lot more with those characters. But again, you know, they might give us some DLC, we're not sure. Blood Magic. Now this has been a very sore point for me, I'll be honest. In the previous 3 games, Blood Magic was a very, very big part of the game, especially in 1 and 2, where you could actually spec your character and fully go into Blood Magic as a mage. We don't have that ability, or we do have a very small ability of doing that in the game itself. So therefore, they've taken a very big component of what is the Dragon Age IP, or the Dragon Age lore aspect, and they're really restricted what we can and cannot do with it. And we can't really wield it in game. They do mention it a few times. There's even the mission I did prior to this one, they were talking about blood magic, and I was like, oh great, blood magic, you know. And then it's like, well, no, again, they're just talking about it. You can spec into a very slight form of what would be necromancy. You do have a necromancer companion down the line as well, but they could have really brought in that, because it's such a big part of the game. Like, blood magic is what Dragon Age is all about, really, for me. And to have, if you had the collector's edition or digital collector's edition, you get blood magic armor. So they're definitely talking about it. They're talking about it in the game, but it's not really a massive mechanic which it used to be. So it's really missed. I really am hoping they're going to DLC this in, or someone will mod it in down the line. I'm pretty sure they'll DLC it in, because a lot of people have been requesting it as well. But again, it's just my point of view. This is, don't get me wrong, I'm loving the game absolutely. Every time I come back and play, I think, yep, the game's actually got it again. I go away and more positive about it, and then I come back and play and like, oh well, actually could have done a bit better. Not a rant video, it's just my opinion. Again, if you agree, disagree, or have something else to say, drop a comment below. I'm always going to respond to you. And yeah, I want to talk about the way you feel about the game, how you feel about the points that I brought up as well. Again, they will be time stamped. And let's leave it at that. You know, we'll keep this positive. I want to make sure that we are talking positive about video games on the channel. I don't want to be doing negative stuff on the channel. I don't enjoy doing it. So we'll pull away from that. We'll get into the more positive aspect of gaming, because that's why we're all here. And yeah, I hope you're having an amazing day, having an amazing experience in Veilguard. Trust me, guys, when you get into the game a bit more and you start playing it and really looking at the world itself, you can actually really fall in love with what they've done. I just wish there was a bit more. That's just me. Yeah, we'll see you again. I've got to get onto this mission. I've got to get Neve City and Drathis sorted out. I really want to make sure that I can do this for her, because I don't want her to, sorry, Minrathis, I said Drathis. Minrathis, I want to make sure that I can take her forward as my main companion. I'm also enjoying other companions in the game as well. I'm sure you'll have great experiences, and let me know below who your main companion is, who you're going to intend to romance. And we do have some great options here as well. We're not going to do a banter about like the romance and stuff like that. It is what it is in the game. That's what it is. Yep, we'll leave it at that, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace, and hopefully you have a great day. Thanks guys, bye.